What happened to the Neanderthals? For over 300,000 years, Neanderthals thrived across Europe and parts of Western Asia. They survived ice ages, hunted massive animals, and adapted to some of the planet's harshest environments. Then, around 40,000 years ago, they disappeared. The big question is, what happened? Neanderthals, or Homo neanderthalensis, were close relatives of modern humans. They shared a common ancestor with us and developed along a separate evolutionary path. Physically, they were strong, stocky, and built for cold climates. Their brains were as large, sometimes larger than ours, and they were capable toolmakers and hunters. Far from the dumb caveman stereotype, Neanderthals showed signs of intelligence and culture. They used fire, made clothing, built shelters, and crafted tools with skill. There is also evidence they buried their dead, may have cared for the sick and elderly, and possibly even created art. Yet, despite their resilience and abilities, Neanderthals vanished, while Homo sapiens modern humans survived and spread across the globe. Understanding why requires looking at many possible factors. One major event was the arrival of Homo sapiens in Europe, roughly 45,000 years ago. For a time, both species shared the continent. They likely encountered each other in the forests, plains, and valleys of Ice Age Europe. In fact, genetic evidence shows that Neanderthals and modern humans interbred. Today, most people of non-African descent carry 1% to 2% Neanderthal DNA, but this interaction may have also brought challenges. As modern humans spread, they brought with them new tools, different hunting techniques, and possibly even diseases. Neanderthals, already living in smaller, scattered populations, may have struggled to compete. Another theory points to climate change. During the time Neanderthals were declining, Europe experienced rapid shifts in temperature. These environmental changes could have disrupted ecosystems, reduced food sources, and forced Neanderthals to move or adapt quickly, something that may have been difficult for smaller groups with limited social networks. Population size also played a role. Neanderthals lived in small, isolated communities, which made them vulnerable to inbreeding, reduced genetic diversity, and slow recovery from disasters or disease outbreaks. Over time, their numbers may have simply dropped too low to survive. It's unlikely that any one factor caused their extinction. More likely, it was a combination of precious climate stress, competition with modern humans, disease, and shrinking populations that led to their gradual disappearance. Importantly, the end of the Neanderthals wasn't the end of their story. Their genes live on in us, passed down through ancient interbreeding, and today, researchers are uncovering more about them through fossils, tools, and DNA.